of the world and the Fijis. But they're also, as I said, they are coached unbelievably well. And, you know, they're headhunted at a young age. The number 8 that is playing today, Jordan Tafua, was a Sacred Heart boy in Auckland. Crusaders wanted him, so he's now down in the Crusaders environment. There's a lot of great players that have gone before them, and they're successful. As you said, they haven't, this particular age group, under 20, have never lost a game, in terms of never lost a championship anyway. So this is a big moment for these boys, and obviously this is the big game of their pool. Whoever wins this is more than likely going to qualify straight away.
Absolutely, and you just talk about the players that come through and go on to the All Blacks. Surveyor, of course, starting...
ITN Cup teams.
OK, I'm going to butt in here. Fitzy. Commentary after the anthems comes from Willie Lose and Hanyani Shiman.
And the full emotion shown by the captain here. There is Kirby Myhill. And now we...
Joe! Who won? Joe! Who won? Don't fuck up my one! Joe! Dana! I'm here! Who here?
Well, the challenge is there, and you can see the faces of the Welsh as well. They're up for it today.
They're certainly up for it, but the big question is psychologically, how do they get over that beating from last year? As we get to look at the bench from both sides, a lot of impact on both sides.
Yeah, some good players there, especially the front row for New Zealand in 16, 17 and 18. Performed so well in their opening match against Samoa. As you can see with the conditions of the pitch, and no doubt the tactic for New Zealand will be to play in the Welsh half. Scott Eade is the man with the ball in hand, the young 19-year-old from the Maris Club in Invercargill.
Come on.
Referee Gardner gets us underway. New Zealand in the traditional black shirts, the defending champions against the Red Dragons of Wales, taken in by Pridey. He now looks for some real estate down in towards the New Zealand half. First touch there for Mackenzie, fullback for New Zealand, and this is good advancement from the Welsh team. Still inside their own half, but a turnover there from the New Zealanders. Ball's turned over, and very quickly it's moved out to Proctor. Matt Proctor into contact. Hall, Mackenzie. That's a good option as well, just to grab a kick along the ground.
Certainly not a bad option, really. He probably would have wanted that to stay in, that chase is coming up. But once again, territory is so important in conditions like this. Slippery conditions, the game will be a bit slower. So it's all about making meters and getting territory.
Martin Mackenzie, the man that scored 2 tries against Samoa on Monday. Very good find as the New Zealand fullback. And here is the Welsh captain, Myhill. Once caught down, man called in Rodri Hughes for the injured Corey Hill, who arrived at the ground and then he's had a stomach, he's been battling with a stomach ache. Didn't get through the warm-up, and so they made the change. Haberfield. Mackenzie comes forward. And was he taken early? No, says the referee. Play on. Ball knocked back by the New Zealanders. And here's a chance for Wales. Morgan. Good ball. Is that out? No, says the referee. So it's going to be an infringement to Joe Ladder coming in through the side.
Well, it was a fantastic box kick from Tom Haberfield, the Welsh scrum half, really putting the New Zealand players under pressure, not managing to get it. Was it Martin Mackenzie that came up in back play? Once again, the tactical approach from Mills. We're going to see a lot of kicking in this. It's all about handling the kicking game.
Now it's a matter of concentration as well, and Matthew Morgan there, 62 points to his name. This is where the tackle was made by Tuafua. The ball there, says the referee, is still inside the ruck, so you can't come through there, Joe Ladder, and that's why he's been penalised. Jeez, I think it's a hard call. The Welsh showing the intention of playing the game here inside the New Zealand 22, not even jumping there on that occasion, not straight. Well, you don't get too many chances to get inside the New Zealand 22, and Luke Hamilton, along with his captain, just trying to work some magic there.
It wasn't a bad option, the short throw without the jump, really, because New Zealand weren't contesting the ball. So you don't have to jump, so the flat throw, but execution terrible. Simple throw, front ball, the easiest ball in conditions like this. So Wales trying to keep it simple with the ball. Execution not great.
Well, I'm pleased we've got you in expert comments today, the former hooker of the Springboks. Should be able to talk us through what the mindset is at the different times with these conditions as well. Look at the big pack difference between New Zealand and Wales.
Pause.
13k difference, early engagement. The cadence for the Welsh, they need to be aware of that. The referees have been told that there are 5 things that they're working on. One in particular is the cadence of the scrums.
Well, it's just so key early on in the stages, try to read the cadence of the rep. Rather, be careful, he's mistouch here.
Well, that's taken in by Jones.
Red hole.
Jones now feeds it across with the up and under. Mackenzie coming forward again, yet he's let one bounce. Has that gone forward? No, says the Australian referee, and the ball is in possession of Hall. Hall now pushing it back. Eade.
7.
Carried back, and so he can't go out on the full, and it doesn't. Jones is there in very good position, this young fullback from Wales, Ross Jones of the Neath College. They've stayed back and given it to Mackenzie. Chip. Good follow through, but Wales equal to the challenge as well. Much better clean out from the Welsh as well, staying on their feet. Now pushing it to Myhill, the captain. First chance to see Teleseuma. Second 5'8" for New Zealand. Haberfield looking for some territory. That's a very good kick. just outside the New Zealand 22. That's carried back. Eade. Now he pushes it out to Proctor. Proctor unleashes the right boot. Well, territory is everything, obviously. No one wants to make a mistake inside their own half. That's kick from Jones. Driving play into the New Zealand 22, picked up by Scott Eade. And the man from Southland, the Invercargill Club of Marist, is where he plies his trade. Young Scott Eade, the 19-year-old, and that's a good touch finder.
A bad touch finder, good net result for the New Zealand team. Under pressure early on, you still remember it was a line out and then a scrum, then a missed kick, kicks up and down, but once again the net result not too bad. And the line out where the New Zealand team contest, can Wells get their line out right?
That's a really good take, and he's been the top ball secure as well as Matthew Screech, man from Porth County, Glamorgan University. And now Wales with possession. That is the halfway mark, you can see as they just entered the New Zealand half of field.
Stopped once.
Now they've made contact. Good body positions from the Red Dragons. Small steps, everybody working together.
Use it now.
Unga Fasi has come through. You can see him, he's the biggest player for the New Zealand team. He's done a good job.
He's certainly done a good job. Not great mauling technique from the Welsh team. At one stage, there's only 2 New Zealand players actually stopping all 8 of Wales. And the result is they've managed to get in between them and get the ball back. But mauling so important for the guys up front, the guys that form the base to have a strong base and work extremely hard.
There he is, offer to Unga Fasi, the Grammar Carlton club, product of Mangere College, and tips the scales at 125 kilos as well. You can see him getting in there and driving the Welsh players back, legally coming through the gate, and that's the reason why New Zealand have this scrum. Rain continues to fall here in Stellenbosch.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Good hit from Wales. Certainly got the edge on that occasion, but New Zealand have recovered. Tuafua looks to break down the blind side. Support on the inside. Opts to go take the tackle instead. Blake is there as always. Now New Zealand looking for a clean ball. Hall straight away the new set. Tuafua is there and so is Blake. Good tackle there coming in from Luke Hamilton of Wales. They may have turned it over actually, and they have.
Squeeze ball.
Oh, guilty of holding on to the ball, and Nathan Harris had all rights to it.
Well, it's just so important that see what the ref has to say. But in conditions like this, you've got to dominate contact. And we saw the effect that Jordan Tuafua, when he picked from the back of the scrum, he made meters, gained yardage, and the close contact skills from the New Zealanders, very good. Really, they're going to have a lot of play off 9. That a squeeze ball. I can't see the New Zealand number, the player that's actually fighting for the ball.
Yeah, Nathan Harris is the man on his feet there.
Have great skills, good upper body strength. They actually, they're struggling to clean him off. 3-4 Welsh players around him, and strong body position over that ball.
This is Scott Eade. First 37 metres distance, but the difficulty for the goal kickers today is getting that left foot down, planting it with the left foot to make sure that it's stable.
I know, but don't run. You know how it starts.
Well, it's going to be his right foot here, because he's a left foot kicker. Walks in, strikes it nicely, won't have a problem with the distance or the direction. That's a great start for the New Zealand first 5, Scott Eade. 8 gone, New Zealand 3-0.
It's a fantastic start. People always talk about building innings in rugby. It's important. Errors get punished, and you always come back with returns. New Zealand first up on the scoreboard.
Oh, just an error there from Taniela Manu. First chance to have a look at him. The Christchurch boys high.
Here's the mark.
And that plays at the Sydenham club down in Christchurch. And just there, attention to detail, looking down. Just knocking the ball forward.
He's obviously not a cricketer, is he?
That's just concentration, isn't it?
Yeah, just concentration. He could take that really slow in these conditions.
Mind you, the way that our New Zealand cricketers play, he could be a cricketer.
Crouch. Stand up. You guys, you know you can't be
Well, New Zealand,
please make sure you
first
get
team
set
to
up
pass
right,
1,000
okay?
points in that victory against Western Samoa. Of course, they used to be known as Western Samoa in the early Rugby World Cups, but now just Samoa. 62-0, so that took them out to 1,056 points in the tournament. 10 tries scored. Yeah, hard to believe that
Crouch.
these two teams met 12 months ago in Italy, and New Zealand beating them
Touch.
by 92 points to 0.
Pause. Engage.
Haberfield feeds the scrum.
It's a fantastic kick
Good
from
second shove coming in from the New Zealanders. Well handled down the back by Baker. Now it's broken away, and Baker straight into Eid. New Zealand wrestle for the ball, but it's there for Wales. Haberfield, big running Rob Evans has been smashed in midfield. More possession for Wales. Myhill, the captain. Well, they're flying in, are the New Zealanders. Haberfield, now to Jones. Well, that's been returned by Far Torfa. Haberfield does the right thing and just clears it. The man from Bryn High School. Seen him on the 7th circuit. There's young Tom Haberfield.
Just wait. I want you guys set first.
And Nathan Harris.
No.
The man from Tauranga Boys, Bay of Plenty.
Open up at the back, please, Red.
New Zealand just trying to speed the line out up, going with a 5-man. Backpod coming in, straight ball. But execution, well, not really great, but they managed to get a scrappy old ball.
Through Joe Lata. Now they set it target in the midfield with Tofua. Referee looked like he was going to blow his whistle, and then he took it back. This is Sione. He's another big man in that New Zealand front row of 122 Ks on this occasion. We've been told that they're going to be vigilant, the referees, in that particular area, the ruck area. They want players to stay on their feet. And when you're sealing, you can't just come off and leave your feet. And on that occasion, that's what they did. I think it was the Welsh halfback, Haberfield.
Yeah, but Willie, I think the refs have also got to adapt to these conditions. You know, asking players to stay off their feet. It's slippery out there. Back. You know, the guys will obviously have the 18-inch studs or the 21s if they're still allowed. But once again, you know, the refs have also got to use common sense conditions. Otherwise, we're going to end up having a game with 20 penalties, and that's not what people want to see in the rugby world. It was a great drive from, off his feet here.
Not on his feet at all, is he?
No, not on his feet at all. Not on his feet. Well, he is the smallest man probably in the Welsh team.
Well, this is going to be a difficult kick for Scott Eade. It's not on his favoured right-hand side of the post. Certainly had no problem with the distance in the first attempt. Can he plant that right foot? That's the big question. Well, he's given it a fair old hoof. It's just going to fall short. Just under the crossbar, taken in by Morgan. And Morgan now drives play 10 metres inside their own half.
It's not a bad return at all. Once again, the New Zealand players, ball in hand, making meters, some really good leg drive.
They go deep into the line out where Christian Lloyd is. Now this is better from New Zealand through Lata. Another tackle from Hamilton. Hall. Forwards in and clearing out. Now they go out to Eid. That is not a bad option. The grubber kick along the ground from Pele Seauma. Jones is there, and well, he's made about 3 or 4 metres. So on a day like today, is that the better option? If the flat line defence, if it's coming up so quick, just to grub it along the ground?
Yes, you got to kick it, but as long as they don't kicking out, so they're actually making it a contestable kick with runners coming on, putting the Welsh under pressure, so they get an attacking line out once again. So they are making net meters.
And they've gone to Lata again. It seems to be that Harris-Lata combination.
Is that knocked on?
Quickly sacked, not knocked on. Well, it has been, says the referee.
Thanks, Brendan.
That would have come from the assistant referee. And just little mistakes like that.
The line-out is so key in games like this because of the amount of kicking that actually occurs.
Here's the mark.
But New Zealand trying to use a lot of walk-ins off the top. It's knocked forward.
You can
So
see
from
that.
Joe Lata, knocked forward. A lot of the times they're trying to walk in, forcing the quick throw. And this is a good battle here. The last scrum, New Zealand came in with a fast hit, but Wells recovered incredibly quickly with a good scrum.
Crouch.
And Dan Baker picking and going. Can they put pressure on again?
Pause. Engage!
Much better cadence from both packs. Ball held at the back of the Welsh scrum. Baker picks and goes into the New Zealand captain, Bryn Hall. Support comes in from Blake. There's the maul. Jenkins has joined. Now the Welsh try and get it to ground, and they have. Haverfield looking for a box kick. Good kick and great chase as well. Mackenzie's equal to the challenge. Good support from Vartoffer as well. Now they look to push it wide to Eid. Eid sees a little bit of real estate in behind. He's kicked it too hard. That's out on the full. Good tactic from Wales, the up and under. Lovely kick from Haverfield.
The key is with the up and under. Martin Mackenzie, when he's going up, there's actually not enough players around him. A lot of them are waiting for the offloader for him to counter-attack. In these conditions, get close to the ball, win that first strike, slow it down, and then look for space at the back or have a go if there's too many players, out defending.
Advantage.
Well, is that a sack? No, it's not. Maul was formed there, and you can't pull it down once the maul is formed. And so advantage here for Wales.
Taking the ball down.
None coming, and that's why they've decided to take it. And you can see the captain Mahill pointing straight at the post. When you've got an accomplished goal kicker in Matthew Morgan, second year here at the under-20s.
One of the New Zealand locks actually went, sacked that line out. You've got to sack it immediately.
Just at the maul. I blew that one.
And was it Joe Lata? No, it was actually the tightest prop, Eric Sione. Actually sacked it too late, and the maul had formed, so it's collapsing the maul.
Yeah, if you have the maul and you shear off. And the ball
First attempt for this man here, Matthew Morgan. He scored 51 points in 2011. Added 11 when he came on as an impact in the match against Fiji, which they won 44 points to 18. So 62 points to his career. The young 20-year-old. No, didn't like it as soon as he hit it. Extremely challenging conditions here at the Danny Craven Stadium in Stellenbosch.
Tell you what, Willie, the Wales lineout's actually going very well. Some good mauls. They're getting good, clean position, and they're forming that more early. So if they can get New Zealand punish penalties and get a lot of attacking opportunities, attacking lineouts in the 22, they could be dangerous.
Eid finds Haverfield to Morgan. The up and under. Mackenzie for New Zealand is there, and he's challenged by Haverfield. Well read by Proctor. Coming in out of the off the right wing. That's good work for the New Zealand right winger. Now they clear it. Eid finds support on the outside. That's Mackenzie. Mackenzie needed to go back and commit himself to the ball. Hamley has had to do that. And he's guilty of actually holding on to the ball.
Scott Eid needed to kick that straight away.
Holding on.
One pass too much really, and Martin McKenzie was quite far away from him.
Yeah, Opi Tera Peleseuma. He was the man that tried to retrieve it from the McKenzie knock on. And this is a much easier kick for Matthew Morgan.
This game is all about pressure.
About 20 gone, yeah.
And Martin McKenzie going up for the ball, but there's actually no players around him. No one's blocking the oncoming defenders or causing them to divert their running route. But the pressure forcing him to hold on back football. And New Zealand just needed to kick that downfield, but the Welsh, good pressure from them, good pressure game.
Back there, Greg.
Harassing on the ground. And we saw what impact Ireland, did when they played the South Africans on conditions like this, or there were better conditions, I must say.
Heavy rain as Matthew Morgan moves in. He's pushed it to the left on that occasion. So 2 chances for Morgan. That was the easier of the two.
Just watch that, please.
As we approach the quarter mark of the first half, there's New Zealand 3, Wales yet to score. Quick start by the New Zealanders. Now they look to try and move it into the centre field. This is Sione. On his side is his loose head prop to Ungafasi. Now McKenzie. Inside, then out. This is Eid. Forward pass there from Eid to his second 5'8". Peleseuma.
The young New Zealanders trying to play the beautiful game in conditions like this. They don't lack confidence, but once again, execution has to be top class. This was a good pass. I thought the idea that inside pass was probably on, but forward.
Yep.
Once again, if you're going to have a go, you've got to be accurate in conditions like this. Otherwise, you'll stay on your 22 the whole game.
Well, you could see the captain for New Zealand as well, Bryn Hall, just having a word to his first 5, maybe just suggesting that what you've been saying, hey, Annie, that the conditions are here. We need to play for territory firstly.
The tactic is good if you're 20 points up. You've got to build your innings. And Wales, they've missed 2 kicks up, 2 kicks for points. So once again, they start sinking those, and it's a different ball game with a confident Welsh team.
Well, Wales finished 7th in 2010, and also in last year's tournament, they scored 20 tries in 2011.
Engage!
Coach Danny Wilson will be thrilled with what he's seen from his young men in the first 20 minutes of this game. And here's more reward for them as well.
Shot.
Well, I have to put the commentator's curse on
I need you square.
Morgan, but I think that he's not going to make the same mistake on this occasion. To Ungafasi, guilty on this occasion. The referee saying that what is head lower than his hips, driving straight down.
Yeah.
Well, you could see, well, from this side, from this camera angle, obviously it was the far side, probably just scrumming in a bit, trying to force the Welsh maybe to go blind side with the big left shoulder.
Matthew Morgan, the 20-year-old professional rugby player, he struck that beautifully. No doubt about that. He adjusted to the conditions. Beautiful kick from Morgan, and we're all tied up after 21.
Well, it's third time lucky for the Welsh team. Matthew Morgan gets them on the scoreboard. But once again, it's the errors from the New Zealand team trying to run deep out of their 22, not playing the tactical game. The occasion will come to play the beautiful game, to throw it around, but get field position first, or territory first.
Well, they're back inside the Welsh half now. Straight down to their halfback in Haberfield. He's a very good striker of the ball, is Tom Haberfield.
It's a fade kick.
Cross.
New Zealand still using this tactic where they walk in trying to force the quick ball, going with the full line out. That's a better line out.
Yes. Harris Talata, Hall, Eid, looking for the double round. Peleseuma into contact. Good counter ruck from the Welsh, and they've upset the rhythm and the ball back for the New Zealanders. Eid now playing a more conservative game, looking for some territory, but he's overcooked it. Well, they're rattled. The New Zealanders not as clinical as what we saw in that performance against Samoa, in much better conditions. But 11 changes as well from that side, and so new combinations. Myhill, it's knocked forward, and so advantage to New Zealand. Back from the scrum, but now it's over. First chance to see Hanley, man that came on off the bench in the first game against Samoa. He wears 13 on this occasion. Lloyd, big hard working forward is Christian Lloyd, the 20-year-old from Upper Hutt. Eid now onto the left boot. Pridey in a good position. It's Haberfield. He's spending a lot of time back there as the halfback for Wales, and he feeds it to Ross Jones. He drives play 20 metres upfield.
Same position that New Zealanders had the line out earlier on. This time off the top, trying to use their big backline players to march it up. But full line out. It's a good sack from Wales.
Advantage offside, Pillars.
Well, New Zealand going to get the penalty. Wales not behind the last foot. This is Lloyd who drives 1 metre with the help of Sione to Ungafusi. Fasi. Valuable metres. Now Lata. This is good play from New Zealand. They've got to be careful about not sealing off and going directly off their feet, allowing it to be a contest. Third carry for Joe Lata.
Onside.
Paul calls more forwards over to Afua. Good support from Manu there as well. Lovely contest, and they're going to bring it back. It could have gone any way. I thought that Jenkins may have got the turnover on that occasion.
Well, he had his hands all over that ball. That Ellis Jenkins, the New Zealand pack, just trying to make a physical statement. Pick and goes all the way with latches on the back, trying to force them, 4 legs are stronger than 2. So once again, good technique, tactical awareness from the young New Zealand team.
Yeah, I just kind of wonder whether this is trying to out-muscle the opposition. It's so easy to defend against, isn't it? Because you only send 1 or 2 players in. This work gets sacked straight away, and then it meant that New Zealand had to roll their sleeves up. I'm not sure about this being the right tactic. I always think that you get the ball to the first 5 who's got options, as opposed to just going 1 metre, and sometimes losing the ball. Manu at the front of the line-out brings it down. Tuafua. Good support from Lloyd. All marshalling the troops. To Ungafasi. 2 or 3 metres that he makes. Wales have got to roll away, and that's the point that I was saying. It's exactly what I was saying. It's just so easy to defend against, and the Welsh will do this all day.
Well, you talk about it, the New Zealand players, the key is they're actually going to ground. They're planning to go to ground for the next out of pick and go, and actually, using your leg drive to actually commit defenders. So they have to make tackles on the upper body and forcing guys, and then it creates space for the next guys. But they're actually going to ground, so it just dumps, not committing any defenders.
Onto the ball carrier when you pick and drive.
Well, that could have gone either way. The Welsh player hadn't rolled away. Clearly in the line of where you could stand and where you could go. So Myhill, the captain for Wales, finds the replacement in Rodri Hughes, called it at the last moment. That's come loose, and now it's out to Sione. Eric Sione from the Victoria University in Wellington. This is better play for New Zealand. Get it wide, get it out to where there is space. Ducking and diving is Peleseuma. Tuafua, he's been active in the opening 27 minutes of this game. New Zealand number 8. Latter is there, so is McKenzie. Forwards regroup.
Stay on 7, red.
Sione, 122 kgs. And he just only knows one way now. Here in New Zealand, they've got to be careful not to be guilty of sealing off, but also turning the ball over. Harris pinches 3 metres down the left to Ungafasi. One more 7th phase. You can see there, top of the screen, and there's the penalty.
Sealing off.
Straight down off your feet.
Must stay up to. You're sealing off on top of him.
That's always going to be the danger if you're going to pick and go 20 times in a 5 metre space. So sealing off.
Well, the Welsh will be relishing this. They love the close contact. And this is just not a contest.
New Zealand just waiting for that defensive wall to break. They just had to make an attempt. Was that the New Zealand hooker, Nathan Harris, to actually lift his head, to try to keep his head up so that little space between him and the ruck. He sealed off so the Welsh players couldn't counter-ruck. All he had to do was just keep his head up, and that would have been okay.
Quick thinking by Myhill to get the ball in. He finds Rob Evans as loose head prop. Ball there is fine, says the referee. First time we get to introduce Walker on the left wing for Wales. He's got the cleanest jersey on the park now. Now he gets involved in a rush.
The shorts.
Finally he gets to get his jersey and shorts dirty. Haberfield in control, and he passes it out to his hard-working number 8 Baker. Sealing.
Yeah, Willie, I was about to say, if the ref is consistent, that is definitely sealing off.
Captain.
Well, let's listen in. Kirby Myhill, and he'll also bring in Bryn Hall. This is where he'll explain what they've been talking about. You've got to make it a contest. And let's listen in to what the Australian referee Angus Gardner is saying.
Guys, I understand it's wet, okay, and possession's key, all right? But you both of you just now, all right? The ball carrier and then the person latching onto him is sealing off the contest, okay? That first player supporting the ball carrier must stay up, okay? Had a couple of penalties against you and now one against you. Can you take this time to have a... Because I'm not gonna continue to back off from it, okay? So you guys have to play ball here,
Are they not on their feet? Are they just holding it?
They're latching straight up. They need to stay up and through the contest,
So they're
please.
not supporting their body weight?
Correct. No, back please. Back please.
So there, Bryn Hall just getting clarification on that with regards to, okay, are they supporting their body weight?
It's key that it's important that Angus Gardner actually has a talk with the players. He said he's not going to relent. So it's about players adapting, and generally the players that will adapt the best will get through. That is sealing off from Rodri Hughes. Certainly sealing off. There's no way that's a contest. Rugby is a fair game.
I think it's an interesting point what you've said, though. If you lift your head, I think the referee's going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you are not sealing off. You put your head straight down, protecting the player that's just gone to ground. They're always going to suggest that you are sealing off. So maybe that's a technique they can look to use, is actually keeping their head up as we look at Scott Eade on his favoured side. Well, he's pushed it too far to the right on that occasion. And so 10 minutes remain in the first half.
Well, he said Scott Eade from Invercargill, he must be used to conditions like this. Went there once, never again.
Yeah, that's what I'm to say. It's one of those places. Lovely people, though. That's the main thing. As Sione takes it in. Eric Sione from the North Club in Wellington Hall. New Zealand skipper marshalling his troops now and looking for some targets in midfield, and he finds Blake. Oh, he's a good player, is this Hugh Blake, the upside flanker out of Hamilton Boys High School. Eade, lovely grubber kick along the ground. That's a good tactic to use inside the 22 with the rush defence. But equal to the challenge was Ross Jones, brilliantly positioned.
Oh, that was a good recovery from Ross Jones. You could feel the pressure coming onto him and didn't waste any time, straight onto the boot, and what a great kick.
Wait till they're in.
Gets the Welsh out of trouble.
Harris from Tauranga Boys, a labourer in New Zealand. Goes high, does Manu in the front of the line out. Now they gather around. Hall, Eade, Hanley coming in closer to the forwards as well. You can see what the tactic is from them, but well, the Welsh have done superbly on that occasion, the first tackle, and it was Morgan to Ungafasi. Eade onto that favoured left boot, and it's a cross kick, testing Eli Walker rather. He's got an educated right boot as well. Good return from Wales, but they're still inside their own half.
Eli Walker is going to have to get involved, because come half time the players are going to look at him and say, where have you been in this mud bath?
Well, Ross Jones has got a clean jersey on as well.
Yeah.
15 for...
That's because he's kicked everything, but his positional play has been good.
Latter goes high and he brings it down for his captain Hall. Now Eade turning it up to the second five. Teleseuma, man from St. Patrick's Silverstream. Hard old boy representative in Wellington, and advantage for Wales with the knock on there. Well, they're not as clinical, and you can see that there's a fair bit of communication going on as well with the New Zealand team.
Scrum red.
The New Zealand team varying their tactics. Tight end Eric Sione took his hands off the ball. Well, it would have been a super catch from a prop. But varying the tactics, the pick and drive didn't work. They got penalised for that now. Trying to hit it up once, coming back with the blind side. But Scott Eade using a lot of their centres, coming back inside, trying to create the first hit up and forwards off that, off 9.
Yep.
Well, twice as many errors for New Zealand against Wales. Tackles made, Wales have made 44 to New Zealand's 13.
Really, I bet you half those tackles actually from pick and drives.
Exactly, yeah, just nice and close, aren't they? They're easy to defend against too.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Haberfield with the feed.
Use it now, half.
Well, the first chance we get to see Jack Dixon with ball in hand, the second 5. There's a penalty here, offside.
Back line.
That's a soft error. You don't really need that quick line speed. No one's going to step in these conditions.
Well, the game's been played between the two 22s, isn't it? You can see that's where most of the dirt has been put on the jerseys. And just here, have a look. Were they offside?
Pretty safe there. If offsides are all maybe less than half a metre.
They call hits come from the assistant referees. So they're in a better position than we are here, so we've got to go with the benefit of the doubt. So Myhill now looks to find Screech. He is their go-to guy. There's Matthew Screech. From Glamorgan University. Myhill. Into contact with Manu. Got to be careful about the sealing off again here. Supporting their own body weight on that occasion. Haberfield to Dixon. Good hands from young Jack Dixon. Could be a turnover, and it's going to be from Blake. Hugh Blake, the open side flanker for New Zealand, with the turnover. The kick has been taken by Morgan, and he has put that up in the air inside the 22. McKenzie takes it. And that was good open side play from Hugh Blake from New Zealand.
He does look like a prospect, doesn't he? A lot of turnover ball from him, high work rate, and always very close to the ball and attack.
Not finding touch. Haberfield now gives it to Jones. Early call from McKenzie, and he gets support from Taufua. He winds up those big Jordan Taufua. He takes some stopping. And guilty of sailing again, coming off their feet.
Number 1, off feet.
Players have to adapt. Angus Gardner spoke about it. But Taufua,
just under 5 minutes.
The steam train through the mud, legs pumping.
Yeah, product of Sacred Heart College in Auckland, is now living in Christchurch at Lincoln University Club. Have a look at this. Get out of my way.
The bus is full. It certainly is full. For Ross Jones, we spoke about how clean his kit was. Not anymore.
Yeah, well, I think Taufua lined him up as well. He says, oh, there's a back standing there waiting to tackle.
He's the guy New Zealand need to use from short lineouts. Really short lineouts, using him, taking the ball up, making meters, giving him momentum.
And here is Matthew Morgan as we enter the last 3.5 minutes of the first half. Difficult conditions. He struck that pretty well, but the target looks like it's off. So both goal kickers here won't be doing too well for their percentages, their goal kicking percentages. Now gets play underway from the 22 to Jones. Nothing under. Proctor is there, and he reaches high and he brings it down beautifully. Does the right winger for New Zealand. The clean out is good, and so is the service from Hall. Lata is there, and has just dropped it forward.
It's unfortunate the blind side all is exposed from kick from a counter-attack. The blind side was probably the hardest place to defend after a kick. This is great skills, great take from Matt Proctor. Turned his back nicely, got up early, picked his line and managed to make meters, making it easier for the cleaners. Great skills in conditions like this.
Yeah, well, he's a product from Wellington, and I'm not suggesting they're used to these conditions, but Matt Proctor never took his eyes off the ball. The man from the Oriental Rongotai club.
Let's go twos. 8. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Oh, tight head at first start there, but Wells able to get the second shunt on. You don't see too many of those in the modern game, do you?
Not at all. I was going to say the rhythm between Kirby Myhill and Tom Haberfield, or the combination not working, and generally the hooker
Touch closer on the setup.
gets extremely angry. It's embarrassing as a hooker to get a tight head hooked up against you. Rarely happens, but when it does, you certainly remember it.
There has been a game played on this ground earlier where Argentina upset Australia by 15 points to 3.
Touch.
Heavy rain over the last 24 hours has meant that the ground,
Early red.
it's boggy at the moment. There you go, evening things up. Too early, too keen. The thing I don't understand is why referees talk to hookers about the cadence there, because the number 8 would surely be driving the control of it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know that, the engagement is triggered by the 8. So when the touch pause, the 8 triggers, and in goes the front row.
In perfect position is Haberfield. He's had a good first 40 minutes, so has Jones. Walker chases up, tapped back by Jones, and knocked on. Well, it's been a scrappy 40 minutes. Conditions have dictated a lot of the way that the play has gone.
Surprisingly, look at the handling errors, 3 from Wales and 5 from New Zealand. But there has been a lot of kicking, so the ball spent a lot of time in the air. As you mentioned, Willie, a lot of teams looking for good real estate. But it does come to, discipline, error rate. Games like this generally come down to penalties, and both guys, the radar's not really on at the moment.
Yeah, I'm a great believer in difficult conditions with rush defence, that your better option is to actually play without the ball, by kicking it behind, by asking questions of the team turning around.
Pause. Engage!
New Zealand with a feed. This will be the last play of the first half. Tofua, he's caught beautifully by Haberfield. Gets to his feet and drives on. Haberfield is on him as well. Possession comes back, and New Zealand are going to stick with the tactic they think is going to work for them. In close.
Advantage.
Harris has done well because he's earned a penalty for his side. Hall with the kick, and they'll come back for the penalty. No advantage there.
6 red.
Luke Hamilton, the man guilty of being offside.
Just the pick and go from New Zealand again.
Okay.
And so we'll go for shot at goal. Big television audience joining us today. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are around the world.
So Greg, that's full time, yeah?
Yeah, there it is. That was the final part of it. Just earlier than that, number 6 offside. A multi-TV in New Zealand, Sky Sport in the UK, Orbit, Pan Middle East, TG4 in the Republic of Ireland, Eurosport 2 through Pan Europe, Eurosport in France, France TV, Fox Sports in Australia. Big welcome to the Solomon Islands, Digicel through Tonga, Sport Club in Hungary and Romania, Bulla to all our friends in Fiji, Niue, Italy, Brazil, the USA and Mexico. And of course through host broadcast Sky Sport here in South Africa. Good kick from Eid. Great way to finish the first 42 minutes. Ball in the hands with Matthew Morgan, the first 5 for Wales. We're underway in the second 40 of this match. The second for both of these two teams involved in Pool A. A knock-on possibly there, no, says the referee from Harris. And now it just stands there, and Blake picks it up and decides to go sideways. Taken in the tackle by Walker. Hall out to Harris. He's worked well. The young hooker from New Zealand, Nathan Harris. Now out to the biggest man on the field. Offer to Ungafasi. Out to his propping partner, Sione. Well, the tactic from the New Zealanders is obviously to try and take in the Welsh forwards, and they've done that. The turnover from Luke Hamilton. Hamilton ripping the ball from Sione and giving possession to the Red Dragons for the first time. Haberfield. Morgan. McKenzie's there, and he takes it cleanly.
6. No.
The tap and go. Straight through the middle does Martin McKenzie. Eludes the first tackle and gets outside the 22. Ball kick there from the Welsh, but luckily for Hall, in a safe place and now driven down the middle of the field from Eade. Haberfield, who seems to be playing a lot in the fullback role. The young halfback who chases up the kick from Jones, and he challenges and takes it. 7 skills coming to the fore by the young halfback from Wales. Dixon is there. Now he feeds it out to his captain, Myhill. Well, this is all the work of Haberfield contesting that up and under. Now it's kick deep, and Hanley is there. Marnus Hanley turned 20 on Tuesday last week, and he hasn't found touch. That man's there yet again, Haberfield, to his fullback Jones. Good tactic from the Welsh to put pressure up here. Eade takes it beautifully, and at the same time has been tackled, releases it to Mackenzie. Mackenzie now looking for some real estate out to the left. Haberfield finds Morgan. Well, a kicking contest here. No one wants to make mistakes inside their own half. Eade looking for that touchline where Haberfield has pretty much taken care of that. Options both ways. And now he kicks deep. Down is Tuafua. He won't kick it. And so the number 8 winds up yet again. Full steam ahead. Into contact. Good tackle there coming in from Samson Lee. Now Eade, that educated left boot. Dropping back on this occasion is the Welsh number 8. He won't kick either. Dan Baker into the tackle of Harris and Sione. Haberfield. Morgan. Charge down kick there from Hanley, and it's gone infield to the New Zealanders. Harris looking for some supporters as the New Zealand hooker. Clean out is good. Hall quickly feeds it to Lata. Some advantage there because the Welsh team, Welsh number 5, Matthew Screech, wasn't onside. No advantage here. They'll come back for the penalty.
5 red.
Plenty of endeavour.
Plenty of endeavour from both sides, but the kicking game, obviously the message from the coaches. And one key thing, I saw the Welsh guys actually trying to kick the ball through the racks, which is it's a tactic I've seen from a lot of the European teams. You know, at ragtime they actually try to kick the ball through. In conditions like this, it could be quite a disruptive tactic. But once again, you know, I saw the power of the berth number 8 carrying it back hard, and those are the key guys in a game like this.
I kind of wonder whether it's an opportunity to get the ball and bring it up, because there's such a big gap there. As you can see there, number 5 never onside. And so the referee's hand comes straight out. I wonder if it's a better option to actually take it to the line and then the little grubber kick or the chip over, because there's plenty of space.
When everyone's standing back anticipating the kick, so element of surprise always works.
Here comes Harris to Manu. That's worked well in the opening half, that combination there. Harris to either Manu or Lata. It's been sacked, and so they're going to have to restart again, and that's what they do through Tuafua. Big and powerful is the New Zealand number 8 from the Lincoln University in Christchurch. There comes Lloyd.
Now keeping their heads up, better body position at ragtime.
Tuafua with his second carry in this movement.
Step back, Ren. 8.
Well, that's been thrown back, and Lloyd luckily was there, and he jumps on it, pounces on it. Contest is there.
Advantage.
Well, there's a knock-on from the New Zealanders, and so possession for Wales. Haberfield comes rushing in. There's that educated right boot, and it's going to find real estate as well. The kick is good. Beautifully chased up by Pridey.
Flag.
Okay.
Haberfield. They've got plenty of players out to the left, and that's where they go. This is Dixon. Lovely run by Corey Allen. Now to Walker. Walker one way, then the other. Quick hands there, and that's gone forward. Well, flag has gone out, and so he's calling time off. He's going to talk to the assistant referee from this side of the field. Let's listen in. Something's happened.
Black 15 played the red player in the air. Okay. It was in the air. Recommendation? Just a penalty. Just a penalty? Back here? Okay. What number? 15. Okay. 15.
Martin McKenzie, guilty of taking a player in the air. I think it was
Didn't wait till
Pridey.
the player was on the deck.
I'm not sure whether you'd want to come all the way back here for the penalty, would you? You're inside the New
Wasn't
Zealand
much in it.
22.
We're going to go back for a penalty against number 15.
He's
15,
right.
right?
He's right.
Yep. Yeah, it's number 15 on this player. Yeah, from the high ball, okay? No, I've explained it. It's going to be a penalty back here.
No, they've come all the way back to the 10-yard line. Our cameraman wouldn't have missed it.
Tackling the player in the air.
Would the better option have been to stay with the line out inside the New Zealand 22?
Well, the way the Welsh line-out's going, probably better. You know, they're winning all their ball. And chances are they would have gotten another penalty and maybe gone for corner.
This is the incident.
And it wasn't... well, the wrong player. It definitely wasn't Martin McKenzie.
Yeah. It was actually number 11, junior Mafaa Tofa, student at Auckland University, a product of Kelston Boys High School, and playing his rugby at the Waitemata Club in Auckland. What a matter, a very good club. Of course, Michael Jones was a member of that club some years ago. Wow, this is really going to test the distance for Tom Pridey. He's a quality goal kicker as well. Doesn't take too long, does Pridey. Comes in, strikes it, and we're all tied up. Wow, that is the advantage of coming back to the penalty when you've got a quality goal kicker like that on the right wing.
Well, the Welsh team, this is a very good kick. But really, we talk about changes in rugby. This time last year, it probably was 60, 70 points down. And now they're going toe-to-toe with the Baby Blacks.
Make sure it's on the line, please. Yeah, I know, best you can do. Thank you.
Well, the kick there wasn't the traditional one because of the conditions taken by Matthew Screech. He winds up, comes into contact with Blake. Oh, he's been one of their best, has Haberfield. Man with ball in hand now. Those kicks have been chased so well. Up comes Pridey. Well, they said it's gone forward.
We're going to have to take another look at that.
Scrum red.
Well, this will be interesting actually, because I thought the Welsh player had actually knocked it forward.
Yeah.
Gardner in a better position. Let's have a look. That's McKenzie. Yeah, he's definitely hit his chest and gone forward, hasn't it?
And knocked it forward.
Good ruling.
To Tom Pridey. Well spotted by Angus Gardner.
Quinton, can you just have a look that side?
The box kick's so effective when it's contestable. Tom Haverfield putting it on the ticky.
That's right on the money. One of those box kicks coming from a man that has been on the 7th circuit for this season. A real find for the Welsh team as well. One of the popular guys on the team is Tom Haverfield.
When we get into the call.
Just that little bit of experience at the international level, really coming to the fore here, taking the right options, not afraid to get into contact as we've seen. And those box kicks just seem to be perfect.
And the good thing is also good on the ground, obviously from sevens. You know, like a loose forward, when the opportunity presents himself, foraging, forcing people to clean him out.
Pause. Engage.
And on the ground.
Yeah, you could have given a penalty there for the loose head to Umafasi losing his grip. And because of that, you can see that the dominance from this Welsh scrum, and they're going to get an advantage from it as well.
Breaking off.
Well, Pridey, his first attempt, he cleared it easily, and so he's just said, I'll go again.
Stay in the scrum.
Why not?
I told you, Captain.
Now, that could have been a penalty a lot earlier on. Ungafasi put his hand on the ground earlier on.
Okay, thanks.
Just domination from the Welsh pack, and the New Zealanders breaking off. It's good to see the dominant scrum being rewarded.
And I think you might start to see some changes from the New Zealand side. Marshall, Raimona and Armstrong were effective against Samoa. And that won't please Coach Rob Penny. Tom Pridey looking to take the lead. Has hit that beautifully as well. It's up in the air. It's aiming towards the post and just short. The call from Scott E that he marked it, but he's taken the kick. And now it's coming to the man that tried to convert there, Friday, Morgan. Good up and under. Plenty of chasers coming through as well. Mackenzie's there and takes it well.
No. Play on.
Morgan back in the sweeping role as the second fullback.
Red 5!
Biggest man in the New Zealand on the New Zealand side is Ofa Tuungafasi. Takes it and goes forward. Wow, that's not great work at the moment. Taken in by Manu. Lovely hands, but they've gone out.
Wouldn't be a rugby game without a bit of tension. That's a good cross, was unnecessary.
To get under the skin of the New Zealanders, aren't they?
Probably a position the New Zealand team are unfamiliar with. They just flick someone off. Ungafasi, the big loose head. It's like Rodney Sualo almost sometimes when he's charging in like it.
Well, good play there from Wales. Mahill, now he aims to try and come in field, and that's what he's done. Staying in position. Here comes another kick from Haberfield. The chaser Pridey's there. Just too far. And also on the full. There is Rob Penny in the middle of the screen.
Yep, where you are.
And to his left, Chris Boyd. Now New Zealand look to rumble it up. Taken down by Lloyd, and they're all keeping their feet as well. We won't want to go there too often. Samson Lee. This is better play from New Zealand. Ball controlled, as you can see, in the back of that wall by Harris, the hooker. Now they release it for Hall. Oh, more contact.
5!
That's a good 20-metre drive from the New Zealand forwards out to Eid. Miss pass to Hanley. Steps on the inside and gets rid of Morgan. Well, all the forwards were on the ground on that occasion, so the backs need to go in and act as loose forwards. It's been ripped away, though. And a turnover. Haberfield, yet again, that kick. Eid has dropped back and he's called for the mark. The quick tap, and he looks to try and find the left-hand touch. That's a good clearance from his own 22.
It's a very good clearance. But how good was that move from the New Zealand team? Only about 20 meters plus. Good body positions, everybody driving well. This was a very good turnover. Like Jack Dixon, the big centre that got that ball. Willie mentioned it, is it time for fresh legs yet?
And they've sacked it straight away on this occasion, and so Wales now. Even though they've got the ball, just trying to clear it here. Haberfield is there. The kick again. Seen plenty of that from the Welsh number 9 today. Mackenzie has players out to his left, and he looks for the big wide pass. Hanley, step and go, broken the first tackle. Now the grubber kick. That's still in play. The flag has come out, so there will be a penalty to New Zealand. Referee plays the advantage here. New Zealand is arriving in numbers and looking to counter drive. Well, Wales are equal to the challenge. They will come back for the penalty.
Yep. Against Red. Yeah. Gotcha.
Ball is there. That is the goal line, you can see. There's the Welsh team now.
Yeah, I know. I've got to let it play out, okay? Can't stop it.
Ball comes loose there. Picked up beautifully by Rob Evans. And the knock on. Well, this is probably where they want to be.
Come on.
Yeah, it was a shot on Hanley after he had kicked the ball.
Late tackle from 2 red.
2 red.
2 red, no arms.
No arms as well,
arms
okay.
Tackle, yes.
So late.
Late, outside of play after the kicker's gone.
Yeah.
Late tackle, no arms as well.
What's your recommendation? Is there much in it?
Just penalty.
Penalty on the 15?
Penalty on the 15.
Where the ball landed?
That's correct.
Have you got the mark for me? Yeah. 2 red.
Took a bit of time with that recommendation, didn't they?
It wasn't very assertive.
Okay. It's going to be a penalty against you on the 15 for a late tackle when there was no arms. Listen. It's a high-risk strategy you play, okay? We need some leadership from you and discipline, okay? We're going to go over the 15, okay? Penalty. Okay. We're going to go back for the penalty to you.
He's an honest hooker saying sorry.
All honest.
Well, he was committed to it, wasn't he?
Yeah,
with respect.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, look, I don't think it was a malicious tackle.
Just wait. It's going to be.
He's showing how dangerous. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Certainly the best angle from the Channel of Champions Supersport.
Well done,
if you want the
cameraman.
advantage, you can go back and have the scrum.
Cameraman, they're very committed.
Certainly you have to be committed.
Will they get danger money?
Well, I tell you what, in conditions like this, you've got to be committed.
Well, the New Zealanders have opted for the scrum.
Well, Jordan Taufua, if they can get a right shoulder, the way he's been carrying ball today, he can get the meters.
Yeah, I'm interested in, I mean, in these conditions, still having the back spread as far as they are, thought they would have brought them closer. And yet they're looking to spread it wide. Standing in behind the first five is Junior Fa'atova. Man with the ball in hand is the New Zealand captain, Bryn Hall.
Crouch. Touch. Pause.
No, they both went early there. Referee says Wales did, and here's Tuafua. You said that he'll take the ball and charge forward. He's done exactly that. Has played the ball again. That's a penalty. Needed to release the ball because he was tackled. You can't get up and go again. And that's just experience.
Over eagerness. Such a determined runner, you know.
Crawling along the ground.
Good tackle fight from him, but he was tackled, had to release the ball. Composure needed and just lacking experience. But he was good as Gonya. Tuafua. Well, is he held there?
Well, that's the question. He actually wasn't held. He was thrown to the ground. And that's a tough call, but of course the referee sees it with a split second, a nanosecond, had to make a decision. Well, New Zealand get up and contest. That's good play. As Lloyd comes and clears it. Now Sione picks up and drives with Taufua. Still opting for this option of playing close. Valuable meters in close as they third cycle there, third phase ball. This is Harris. Hall says, give it to me. And they set a new plot out wide. No real momentum there from Manu. Ball comes back, it's Lloyd. Well, it's exhausting, and you've also got now 6 forwards on the ground, out of play. And that's why they go wide to Eade. That's a better option. Well, the kick was right, just the execution was wrong. Taken beautifully by Walker. Eli Walker goes into contact. Now Wales get the ball, and well, the option here will be easy, won't it? Haberfield yet again. Asking questions of New Zealand in behind. Drop forward, knocked forward by Pelesuauma. Haberfield, the kick again. Oh, it's not flash, but it's effective, and that's out on the full. A good tactic in your mind?
Not a bad tactic, but that kick from Scott Eade, the players back there, but I think it's a better tactic with New Zealanders playing actually off 9, so they're forcing defenders, and they're opening up the blind side also, forcing the wingers to come up, so it does create space at the back. You know, conditions like this, a good old-fashioned up and under into the sky with chasers coming on, could create havoc.
There's that combination again between Harris and Lata. JJ Lata, Joe James, Joseph James as they say, and yet another mistake.
Well, the line out was over, so marks here.
And handling errors for New Zealand, creeping up there 9 to Wales 5.
Here's the mark.
Silly area, just not great technique from the New Zealanders. Drop in is somewhere on the line. I think he's going to have to go into the bench, inject some firepower, maybe some 1 or 2 forwards to actually increase the intensity, the physical intensity, the leg drive. Just inject a bit more blood into that heart, that New Zealand heart.
Oh, entering the last 22 minutes of this game. New Zealand 92, Wales 0 12 months ago.
Pause.
Definitely different conditions. But some of the players from Wales actually remembered that, and they're back here.
So how many times are Wales going to give away free kicks for the early engagement?
Taufua goes into contact. Clean out is good. taken down by Baker. Now Harris. Support there from Manu and Lloyd. More possession for Hall. Tofua with his second carry in this movement. Straight to his feet. 3 or 4 valuable metres over the halfway mark in centre field. Now to Eid.
Wait.
And Eid goes straight down the middle of the park. Walker is there, as is Haberfield.
It's inside.
And Walker's kicked it. Well, it's not a great kick. It's gone straight up in the air. Hanley wasn't even really looking at it, and there were players offside. Well, Marnus Hanley, he couldn't believe that the ball was actually coming towards him. Well, they'll go for post here. They'll definitely try and get the extra 3 points.
It is the right decision. That kick from Walker. Where was that going?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to work that out myself. The Ospreys, 20-year-old winger. Have a look at this. You don't want that on his management wheel. Look at Hanley. He's turned because he thought it's such a good kick and he can't believe it. It's falling right down. He turned to run back. Here is Scott Eid. 2 from 4, 50% success rate so far in these difficult conditions. More difficult because it is on the not so favoured side for the left footer. He's going to have to aim towards the left post and let the wind do the rest. Moves in. He struck that pretty well. He struck it oh so close. They looked at each other, did the assistant referees. He can't believe it. Wow, it looked like it went over from here.
Substitution, numbers again.
It looks like he struck it pretty cleanly.
10 and 13 black. 8 red, sub.
And Eid has been replaced as well. On comes Ihaya West in jersey 22, and also Peter Aki in jersey 23 out to the right wing.
So Daniel Thomas has also come on for Wales, number 20.
Well, it's Hanley that's been replaced, and that's the first chance for Aki. Saw a lot of him in the Samoan game, the playmaker. So good in the midfield. And so was Haberfield, equal to the challenge there for Wales, taking that up and under kick. Into the contact. Haberfield's back to his feet and he feeds his first 5. Morgan, that's been charged down. Everyone's onside. Latter is the first man to get there. Now the clean out. Lloyd is Lockie partner in the tackle of Myhill. This looks like it's wrapped up. Little that Myhill could do. A little that Lloyd could do, rather. Interesting character, Christian Lloyd. His father served in the British Army.
5 and 6 black sub. 5 and 6.
And just
sub.
there, that's Joe Lada, who gets it the first time, and then it comes back quickly, and this is where Lloyd takes it in. Christian Lloyd. Guilty of just holding on. 3 defenders from Wales with all the rights to the ball.
He stepped into the wrong position, really, straight back into the rack, making it easy for the fetchers to get there.
To Screech, not taken cleanly. The second take falls on the New Zealand side. This is West. Now they look to try and force it out. Aki, educated right foot, but in good position as he has been all evening, is Ross Jones. West, he's a good player, this young kid. Oh, he won't like the look of that kick though, but his commentators cursed as he kicked it straight to Rob Evans. He couldn't believe his luck. Knocked down by New Zealand, and so more possession for Wales. Now they pile in. Urgency needed in the last 18 minutes. Haberfield probably with the kick. Steady ops to give it to Morgan. Out on the full, so no advantage from the knock on.
That wasn't a great kick.
Right on cue when I said he was a classy player.
Commentators curse. Yeah, West. That kick certainly went West.
I have to go again. I have to escalate.
Mr. West.
Yeah, West. I actually just met his parents before kickoff a little bit earlier on. They were travelling around with about 20 or 25 New Zealand parents who have decided to make the trip to South Africa. Grandparents are involved as well. And Ihaya's father Good friend of a commentator back in New Zealand, Ian
Crouch.
Smith, sends his regards, Smithy. Says that he's enjoyed himself here.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Wow, chance here for Wales. Looking stronger in the last
Advantage.
6 or 7 minutes. Whistle's gone. We'll come back for the penalty.
One black. One black dropping the bind. Number 1 black dropping the bind.
Oh, lost the bind.
Yeah. Shot.
He'll have another kick. Tom Friday.
He was certainly playing advantage. The scrum went down. Ngafasi being penalised for collapsing. He's quite struggling to get the bind. He's not binding on anybody. And he goes straight down. John, there's 2 schools of thought. Yeah, Samson Lee actually is binding on his arm though. So either way, it's one of those, maybe a reset there, because both players were actually illegal.
The last time was 50% success rate. The last one was at 38 metres. That's a similar angle, but the rain is falling down and the wind appears to be going from right to left, as you said on the screen. He won't have a problem with the distance or the direction. That is a brilliant kick from Tom Friday. Well, happiness from the bench, 15 to go, and Wales are leading 9-6.
Well, proceedings are getting interesting down here at Donny Craven Stadium. The New Zealand team in 4 years haven't lost a game.
Wow, hard to believe they beat these guys by that massive score last year. Totally different side though, this Welsh team, taken in by Screech. Haberfield is there and he will box kick again. Charged down this time by Blake. Out into midfield. Dixon has it. Into the tackle of West, and Sioni's there to lend his 122 Ks. Now Haberfield back to Jones.
Wait forward.
Jones with the up
stop.
and under. Well, New Zealand, no need to panic, still plenty of time left. And McKenzie identifies some space there, but he's kicked it straight to Jones. No space being found by the men in black. Oh, it's that man again. It's Haberfield who actually dropped back. Well, he's been instrumental in this victory thus far.
He's been very good. His field position incredible. A lot of box kicks from him, a lot of accurate box kicks. But he has been the heart and soul of this team. A worried-looking New Zealand management team, the brains trust of this under-20 team.
Well, they would be concerned.
Wait till they're in. Come in, please. Wait.
But it's been terrific defence from Wales. New man on the field for New Zealand is Nick Ross. Now West. The 1-2 and bringing in the right side winger in Proctor. Hall now looking to try and string some phases together. West, the grubber kick along the ground. That's not a bad kick. Probably hoping that it would have stayed in for Va'atofa. And that's good play from New Zealand, just taking the ball to the line, identifying the conditions. There is coach of Wales, Danny Wilson.
He's all right.
Lost forward, so advantage to New Zealand in the right part of the field. They'll get the advantage of the scrum for the knock forward. Now they look to try and rumble it up through Toafua. He's been good for New Zealand today. Clean out is good as well. Hall to West. Now they look to push it wide. Palaseuma. Good tackle coming in from the Welsh players. Hall once again to West. Good combination, these two. Oh, that wasn't really made for Harris to put his hand in there, and luckily Blake has tidied up. New Zealand with possession, but they're going backwards. West. Well, not too many options there, so he brings it back in towards the forwards. Now they slow it down, do New Zealand. Harris takes it up. Next cab off the rank will be assisted by Sione. Is that new man Ross that's come on? Now they're looking to try and pick off the fringes. The tackler's close to the ruck. It's not pretty, but it's effective when you can go straight through there and get over the advantage line quickly. Hall, West. Well, that was planned to go infield, and that's where it's gone. Good play by Wales. This is Hamilton. He's got it out to Walker. And Walker's kicked it out inside his 22, so no problem there. Some people say it was carried back, and it was. Well, that's good play from New Zealand. Good pressure. The turnover was costly.
Walker not having a good day with the boot. But it's a great tackle from New Zealand, because if the Welsh team do get that ball back, they've got so many players running onto it that they can counteract it and regain position.
Yeah, West has brought in some different variation, hasn't he?
Yeah, certainly a pressure all the way. So just varying his play, keeping them guessing.
Wales opt not to contest in the line-out, and so New Zealand now have it in the back of the maul. They just need to be patient here and go straight. You can see Hall directing them like a conductor. New Zealand now, ball goes to ground. They try and reset again. Got to be careful of the truck and trailer here. They don't give away a penalty. Hall asking his forwards to give him some valuable metres, and that's what they do. Better part of the field here for the footing as well, so the players will enjoy being inside the 22. Through Sione. Tuungafasi. He picks and goes. Wales equal to the challenge. One more time, it's Taufua. Driving, getting the leg drive go. Now they're closer, 6 metres shy of the Welsh line. Hall goes in. West is there. What can the backs cook up? Aki. Light-footed. Wales, the defence has been fantastic from the men in the red shirts. 6 phases. Line yet to be broken.
Get back on side.
Hall gives it to another new man, and Jimmy Tupou, who's on the field. 7 phases. Blake. Only one way forward for Blake. Good tackle there by Jack Dixon. 8 phases. They've got to keep their feet. They've got to make sure they don't give away penalties. That is Sione, Eric Sione.
Nice speed from him.
Well, this is good patience, isn't it? They've got to be careful. Can't seal off. Make sure you stay on your feet. That's what they've done. Support your own body weight. Harris yet again with another rumble. Good play from Harris. Quick ball is there. Well, it's exhausting for the defenders. That could be a penalty. Was 20 back on side. Referee says play on. New Zealand, 13 phases. Harris is there to take it to phase number 14. That's the 5 metre line. Now they're going through the middle. Big tackle there coming in from Daniel Thomas. 14 phases. New Zealand trail by 3. We're into the last 9 minutes of the game. Phase number 15 is exactly the same as the last 14 have been, and nice and close. Well, the forwards are getting white line fever here. Discipline's the big thing. Sealing's good. Well, the blowover's good. You're not allowed to seal. So this is good play from New Zealand. Now they look for more metres. Is there a turnover? Yes, there is. Big turnover here for Wales. I think it's came from Baker, Dan Baker. "18 phases. Wales have been staunch, and they're 8 minutes away from upsetting the defending champions, who have never lost at this competition. Haberfield to kick. Advantage is over, it's out. Wow, how good was that defence from Wales?
Very good defence, disciplined defence. They waited for the error. If you look at the tackle stats, 104 from Wales made and 10 missed. This was a great turnover. But the player that's just come on, Daniel Thomas, that got the turnover.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Tupou there on that occasion trying to pick the ball up, and as he did, he knocked it forward. That's been knocked down. Lata couldn't take it. Big tackle there coming in on Friday. Now the New Zealanders need to keep their feet. Guilty of going down.
Number 20, 12, sorry. Off feet. Number 12. Denying the contest.
Nopatira, Peleseuma, Huddle boys, club, the man from Wellington. Really, this New Zealand team is running out of runway. History could be made here.
Minutes, so
the New Zealand team have never lost in this competition over the 4 years.
6.5.
It's a great hit. from Pelletuma. He went over the ball.
Come across to the mark.
And hands in from inside for one of the New Zealand players. Hands in. They're going to have to start building. Wales doing all the right things, all the little things, just keeping it simple. Short little throws, catching New Zealand off guard, and a box kick probably coming in here.
Well, they've done it well there, Rob Evans and his captain Myhill, catching New Zealand napping, and Haberfield will box kick. Plenty of people coming in and calling for it, but nobody took it, so Matthew Morgan has the ball. The first 5 for Wales. New Zealand looking for the counter-ruck, but Wales are equal to the chance. Now Haberfield, one way, then the other. Now looking to try and find some space in behind, and it's taken beautifully by Nick Ross, who was running backwards at the time. He's got a tap, but he can't just pass it.
You got to kick it. Yeah, no, you took the mark.
Yeah, you took the mark. He can't. Yeah, now he gives it to his captain Hall, and New Zealand are going to try and chance it from their own 22. This is Peter Aki, but the defence from Wales equal to it as well with Eli Jenkins. It's West. Nothing fancy from New Zealand here, just hard out, straight running from Tuafua. Got to his feet and went again. The referee said on that occasion it was okay. Hall in again. West to Ungafasi. Needs some support.
Leave it, Ren!
New Zealand 5 minutes inside their own 22. West with a little chip kick. That will find space. And taken into touch by Jones of Wales.
New Zealand now, obviously they're going to have to go coast to coast or end to end to win this game, going for that elusive try.
Well, they will be loving this in the valleys in Wales. I know how disappointed they were after they'd been thumped by a record cricket score last year by 92 points, and this would erase it. Some of those players were involved in it. Matthew Morgan was one. He's been instrumental. West. The up and under. Jones is there, but he's knocked it forward. No advantage, and so we'll come back for the scrum.
Time running out for the New Zealanders. Got to make sure you're, picking and driving. Well, 50 yards isn't going to work. They're going to have to look for a line break.
They've never really looked like at any stage they're going to score a try, though. I mean, going back to the forwards, and here we see Pridey and also his fullback Ross Jones coming forward, losing it there. But they just haven't looked that threatening. I mean, the defence from Wales, let's give some credit where it's due. And even the mastermind of the man in the middle there, Rob Penny, been the Canterbury coach since 2006. He's won 4 championships and a number of Ranfurly Shields. And this would certainly be an upset.
What Wales have done well is they actually haven't committed a lot of numbers to the ruck. So once again, thumping down, fighting for the ball, one tackle in, and the rest of the guys fanning out and defending. So a lot of times the New Zealand players haven't looked for space, so their quick steppers out front, they've been neutralised by these conditions. So no spaces.
And there is Jordan Tuafua. He really has rolled his sleeves up today. 105 Ks, just under 6 foot. Three and a half minutes, which for the Welsh will seem like a marathon. And for the New Zealanders will go in a blink of an eye. Haven't really threatened the Welsh because of the conditions, and so they're going to have to go 48 metres, the New Zealand team.
Pause. Engage!
21 game unbeaten streak for the New Zealand side since the tournament started in 2009. West drives it to the 22.
The New Zealanders are going to have to show their championship mentality here. This is what it's about. It's not over yet. But the Welsh have been brave. Can they hold on for a famous win?
Simple things first, and that's what they've done. Win the line out, and then destiny's in your hands. Harris is there. The maul is still together. And now they look to try and rumble it up. They'll have to go 25 metres. They need to show some patience here, and they're broken away. Ball on the ground. Hall has it. West. What can they cook up the defending champions, New Zealand? Well, there you said a knock on. Peter Aki. Just the communication breakdown there. Look at that. In between both players, and that's just communication. Wales absolutely thrilled. What a result. What a moment for Argentina earlier, beating Australia by 15 points to 3. And what about this result here? That is not a misprint if you've just woken up in the early hours of the morning around the world. Wales 9, New Zealand 6, and we've got 60 seconds remaining.
Pause. Engage!
Haberfield, he's been one of the best for Wales. They won't mind that at all. Valuable seconds on the clock. They're in possession. And there won't be anything fancy from this Welsh team for the final 50 seconds.
Yeah, both went down. Just keep that height up, gents, all right? Yep.
What a performance from the Red Dragons. Yet again proving why this is such a quality competition. South Africans upset on day one by Ireland. Argentina beating France and now Australia.
Crouch.
And this would certainly be a boil over.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Good solid scrum from Wales. Now the heat comes on. Haberfield is there. The last 12 seconds. Morgan, he will kick it. It's actually Jones who's dropping to their first 5 position. Good bounce. What can New Zealand do from 50 metres out? Junior Fa'atofa finds Hall, who finds West. Waits, and then he sends it back. This is Tupou. All hands on deck for Wales now. We're into referee's time as Harris takes it forward. The halfway mark. West is there. Now Aki. Peter Aki, who is so outstanding against Samoa in better conditions, is brought to ground. Morgan is there. Well, the tackling from Wales has been nothing short of sensational. Torofua, he certainly hasn't let his team down with regards to his efforts in the 80 minutes. Harris feeds West. Aki, quick hands, and this is McKenzie. McKenzie knows that he needs to keep a hold of the ball. Next breakdown will be the end of the match. West has it. Finally some space for New Zealand. What character they would show New Zealand if they're able to come back. Wales effective at the tackle yet again. Ball is there. Hall has it. Tupou goes into support. Now West looks around. The big forwards arrive. To Ungafasi. Wales desperate to not give away a crucial penalty at this stage. New Zealand wanting to be clinical. Well, is there a penalty that's going to come from that? Did he come through the gate? Referee says play on. Daniel Thomas asking questions of the New Zealand forwards. West. Aki gets it wide. Fa'atofa. Pridey is there. The ball's gone forward. Taken. Turnover by Rob Evans. The Welsh are going to win this game. It's kicked out. And Wales have done it. The Baby Blacks have been beaten for the first time in 21 matches. Look at how much it means to these young men. A gutsy performance from Wales. Forget about 2011. Let's look forward to 2012 and the future. Well, it meant so much to them. No doubt the motivation of last year being thumped by 92 points. And there is the other side of the equation. The New Zealanders very disappointed. They tackled their hearts out to the young Welsh team. Fully deserved the victory. And this is throwing the competition wide.